Hey everybody, we're still talking about stress and the holidays. Yep, more things to be stressed about. But actually, this next one is really important because so many people get stressed because they don't know how they're going to maintain their diet around the holidays. Well, that's also one of the joyful things about the holidays is all that good food. But if you are on a weight loss plan or you have very serious issues with your health because of diet, then this becomes a really stressful thing. And actually, for most people, you don't want to hit January 1st 10, 20, 30 plus pounds heavier than you were going into Thanksgiving. So we're going to talk a little bit about food, both how to manage the stress from preparing food, but also how to manage your stress and anxiety over how you're going to get through the holidays without gaining all that weight, right? So let's talk a little bit about managing our expectations with making a lot of big fancy holiday meals, because guess what? Food is expensive. And if you are the person preparing all that food, yes, women, I'm talking to you, then it can become stressful. Now, I absolutely enjoy cooking, but when I have to cook a lot of meals with a lot of things really close together, it becomes stressful. I really enjoy cooking, but holiday meals can be crazy stressful because A, you've got tons of people around. B, there's all this time pressure of we're all here expecting to eat at a certain time, and we're trying to make, again, that holiday meal just perfect. So I'm going to suggest a few things. Don't, again, try to make it perfect, and pick a few things that are really important and that you do really well. Maybe you're a person for whom your turkey is the centerpiece and you just do a great turkey. Maybe it's your great desserts. You have a particular pie or cake or those great Christmas cookies, or maybe you have just a spectacular casserole. So focus your energies on doing the one or two things that are really amazing, that you do well, and that you know you feel great about. For me, that was a green bean casserole that I became famous in my family for. I actually did it the first time because I couldn't eat the traditional casseroles that people serve because they all used canned soups. And I couldn't have any monosodium glutamate, which is in almost every canned soup out there. So I decided one year when I was living with my parents, taking care of my mom when she had Alzheimer's, that I would try a from scratch green bean casserole that was a lot more work. But everybody fell in love with it. My dad, my uncle, and so it became my special dish. So if you have a special dish, go ahead and make that, even if it's more time consuming. But don't try to make everything yourself. Ask some other people to bring certain dishes, or if you're the only cook in the kitchen, then you can buy a few things. Yeah, do the shortcuts. Folks, shortcuts can manage stress, and to be honest, nobody's gonna say that you ruined Christmas because you bought a pre-baked pie. I won't tell. Come on. We enjoy a lot of things at the holidays, and we don't have to stress ourselves out by making every single dish from scratch. You can buy homemade rolls. Maybe you can even go and purchase a whole meal from one of your supermarkets, and you can just do a couple extra things. Think about managing stress by not trying to do all the things that you usually do. Cut back on a few and see how it goes. Now, let's talk about not gaining all that weight for the holidays. If you're one of those people who's either trying to lose weight, yep, my husband's trying to lose weight, or you're trying to maintain a weight loss that you've accomplished already. Or maybe you even have some very serious health issues. You've become gluten intolerant or lactose intolerant, or you have diabetes or heart disease. And how you manage that is really critical to your health and well-being this Christmas. So the first thing you have to do is plan in advance. Before you go to parties, before you go to other people's houses for the holidays, make a little game plan for how am I going to avoid the things that could spell disaster for my diet or could be really harmful to my health. And the game plan should include how you're going to not eat the things that'll be a big temptation for you, but also what you are going to eat. So have a plan in advance that you're going to focus mostly on some lower calorie or maybe some things that you really love, but they're not going to completely wreck your diet. Second, moderation, moderation, moderation. You know, what most of the studies are clear on is it's not what you eat that's the real downfall, especially around the holidays. It's a quantity issue. So a few things you can do. Eat more slowly. Yeah, eat more slowly. Give your body the time to pick up on those satiety signals that sometimes get messed up. If we force ourselves to put our fork or knife down between every bite, just try it. See if you can eat more slowly. And also, again, really savor your food. It doesn't mean you can't have the things that you really love. So if you absolutely love that mac and cheese or the sweet potato casserole, or you just have to have a piece of your aunt's pumpkin pie or pecan pie, that's the real killer for calories, right? Then say, I'm going to have that. I'm not going to deprive myself, because the truth is, if you deprive yourself throughout the whole holidays, then you'll just end up eating more and gaining more in the long run. But it does mean you can't go and just snarf down every single thing at the table that looks great and have as much as you want. Say, I'm going to have one piece of this favorite dessert, or I'm going to have an extra helping of the stuffing that I love so much, but then I'm going to cut back somewhere else. So decide where you're going to indulge, then decide where you're going to cut back. And again, if you do that in advance, then you'll be less stressed than trying to make the decision standing there. One more last little point, and this kind of leads into some things I'm going to also talk about in regard to your family. Families mean well, but sometimes their comments and them pushing us to eat is not helpful. So if you are on a diet that's really important for your health, have a little conversation with the people you love, especially if they're the ones that sort of push you to eat a lot. Mothers and grandmothers, I'm talking to you. All right, I'm going to give you a sneak peek to the session I'm going to do about families, but sometimes the family members who love us are the ones that actually trip up our desire to eat healthy. I'm talking to you, moms and grandmoms, that sometimes we think that people eating the food we make is a sign of how much they love us. It isn't. And I know we just want to see people enjoy themselves, but the truth is, if you really love the people in your life, your kids, your grandkids, your spouse, your siblings, then you will want them to be healthy. And eating a lot, overeating a lot, is not healthy. Not healthy for anyone. So know that having a piece of pumpkin pie, pecan pie, some of your Christmas cookies does not mean that someone loves you. It means sometimes that they're doing something that's not good for them. If you need to manage your eating at the holidays, or you need to not have certain things like sweets or extra helpings, maybe have a quick conversation, especially with the cooks in your life, in advance, and say, I really need to watch what I eat this year. Know that I love your cooking, but I'm not going to eat as much, and I'd like you to help me by not trying to push me to eat desserts or food or extra helpings that I really don't need. Because the truth is, we're going to enjoy those holidays a lot more if we don't eat to the point where we feel sick, if we don't gain that weight, and if we don't feel disappointed in ourselves for not maintaining our weight loss or making our way through the holidays effectively. So let me just say this. Don't beat yourself up if you do fall off the wagon, and if you do eat more than you planned. Just get right back on. Institute some of your healthy things in your life the very next day, and know that you're not a failure. You just do what most people do, which is eat too much at the holidays. But do make an effort to challenge yourself to stay on that diet, or at least to cut back on the overindulgence. Hey, before you go, if you found this helpful or you really liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe below, and tell your friends.